to more technology, we have to be aware that now we have both kinds of translator and interpreters really working in this industry. So the first group, we have to accept that maybe they are accustomed to the way they did it before. So maybe they are not familiar with technology. And in the other way, in the contrastive way, we have technology, like translator and interpreters, technologies. So we have two kinds of translator and interpreters nowadays in the market or even the universities. So the first one, they still use conventional translation and they focus on human. Now, I think some of them already trying to prepare to transform from conventional or legacy, original, classical translators into new kinds of or new breeds of translator interpreters in order to survive in the industry 4.0 or whatever digital era. So, but the best thing from them is that they have a lot of experience. They have already practices from long time traditional way. So their ability in interpreting, interpretation means try, not just only interpreter who translate verbally. I'm talking about interpretation, another discipline, the way that you analyze language. And then we have a new kind of, a new world disruptive. These people, translators and interpreters, they use a lot of technology. So, because they have technology to help them to enhance their capacity, it means that while the traditional translator and interpreters can handle once in a time 2 pair or 1 pair of language. For example, in English to Chinese, but for more technology-oriented translator and interpreters, they can be capable of handle multilingualism. We have example from EU. EU can translate or interpret at different of their meetings into 24 languages right now. What else? Because this kind of interpreters and translator can use technology to help them. That's why they can get more information, they can expand their ability to enhance or to ease or to facilitate communication across many languages. But the fact is that I think we have to balance or harmonize between human focus and machine focus. That's what I'm going to talk later. Okay, now we take a look at, because university, the mission of any university is to produce graduates to serve the market. So now for language thing, I think we cannot just specifically focus on just only translator and interpreters, because before going into this kind of really professional, you have to be able to handle effectively 2 languages before moving into efficient translator and interpreters. And then now we have the statistic right now. We have top 3 LSP. We have all the 3 come from the US. What does it mean? Actually, in the world, we use 6,000 languages. We use 6,000 languages. Mostly, you see, we have many languages spoken in Asia. But why the top three TSP, translator, service provider, or LSP, language service provider, are in the US? So I'm thinking that if it's possible, then okay, time is limited. So now we go to keywords. First, we have to focus on artificial intelligence. That's the one that the representative from Ministry of Foreign Affairs talk about artificial intelligence. So we have the figure of income to generate. We have company who use a lot of Google, Microsoft, Amazon, whatever. So we have to prepare for this. And the second, video localization, which is, another trend, because now I think everybody used to take a look at YouTube. So I think we have to combine interpreting into translation as well to serve video, because it's speaking, not written. Now we have globalization. In order to be globalized, you have to use more of translator and interpreters. In order to have a return on investment, so you have to make use a lot of translation and interpretation, not for the sake of translation and interpretation, but their side effect. You can include it into your activities of translation and interpretation. Now we have automation and on-demand. There's the same thing that we have many various localization programs. So we need translation and interpretation, including internationalization. Now for another translation industry trends, we have voice search. So we should combine interpreting into translation as well, not just translator. So maybe we can have translator and interpreter day, not just only translator. We have specific translation. This one is very interesting because now, cannabis or some kind of herbs, they use a lot of translation to all over the world. So we should have some kind of specific or special purposes, not general translation, but specifically like the cannabis herbs. Another thing you see, we have big data and more storage of content. So, and everyone can access into, but not everyone can speak Vietnamese or Thai. We have to put into many languages that expand the needs for capable translator and interpreters. And then we have all kinds of computer-aided translation on the mobile phone application. So the trend analysis, I think we have to focus on IoT. That's why that means that we have to focus on technology, because now the machine can talk, can handle translation and interpretation. Maybe they already come over translator and interpreters. So in order to make a transition from classic world to a new world, we have to be able to bridge the gap between translation in school and out of school. Maybe we can have like a close connection, because the way you produce translator and interpreter in school may not be capable of keeping pace with the outer world, with the market. And the second thing is that the role, this is the first part is the role of adapting or reshaping university curriculum. The second part is LSP or companies should extend their hands in order to make a closer relationship with the school, because the school or colleges, teach students, but sometimes the student that they teach cannot be capable of working with the companies, because the company move very fast than the school. And then we have DIY, do it yourself. We have more social media. We have all kinds of things. So this is the one that we can have, like non-formal thing to help translator and interpreters to work more effectively. So more connectivity to information to people, how we can do. And the last thing that I would like to put it here, that AI in a new dimension. So we think AI of artificial intelligence, right? But I'm thinking that the way around, maybe AI can mean augmented intelligence, increased intelligence to human before we will be removed from translation and interpretation industry, because now the machine can do almost everything for us. This is a greetings from Professor Lu Chuan Min from Asia Pacific. He knows about this forum, and then he would like to extend congratulations to people here. That's the end of my PowerPoint. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor, Doctor, for your presentation. Would you please stay on the stage for a while to receive the souvenir from